Once upon a time, on the edge of a distant forest, there was a small village. In that village lived an old couple. The wife's name was Godhel, and she was a witch, but she had kept her powers hidden. The husband's name was Frederick, a simple farmer. They had no children and were very sad. One day, Godhel learned that a woman in the neighboring house was pregnant. The woman was very beautiful, and her husband was a rich merchant. Godhel felt jealous because she wanted to become a mother too. One night, she secretly went to her neighbor's garden, where a special plant grew. It was called the golden flower, which bloomed only under the moonlight, and its roots held magical powers. Godhel stole the flower and made a magical potion from it. When the neighbor's wife gave birth, the baby girl was incredibly beautiful. Her hair was golden and shone like sunlight. The parents named her Rapunzel. But Godhel saw the baby and realized that her magical golden hair came from the golden flower. The hair would keep growing and had the power to heal. Godhel became greedy and scared the parents, threatening them with danger if they didn't give her the baby. The parents, crying, gave their child away. Godhel took Rapunzel deep into the forest and built a tall tower with no doors, only a window at the top. Every day, Godhel would call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would let her long golden hair fall down, and Godhel would climb up. Years passed, and Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young woman. Her hair touched the ground, golden and shining. Godhel never allowed her to go outside, saying the world was dangerous. Rapunzel stayed in the tower, singing, reading books, and brushing her magical hair. Her hair could heal wounds, glow in darkness, and never fall out. One day, a prince named Flynn was passing through the forest. While hunting, he heard a beautiful voice coming from the tower. Rapunzel was singing. Amazed, Flynn hid nearby and saw an old woman climb up the tower using Rapunzel's hair. When Godhel left, Flynn called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel thought Godhel had returned and dropped her hair. Flynn climbed up and entered the tower. Rapunzel was frightened. She had never seen a man before. Flynn said kindly, "Don't be afraid. I want to help you escape." Rapunzel told him that Godhel was a witch and that her hair was magical. Flynn started visiting her every day, bringing gifts, silk rope, fruits, and books. Rapunzel began to fall in love with him. One night, Flynn said, "Tonight we will run away. Use the silk rope to climb down." But Rapunzel made a mistake. While talking to Godhel, she said, "Flynn climbs up so easily. Why are you so heavy?" Godhel became suspicious and forced Rapunzel to tell the truth. Enraged, Godhel cut off Rapunzel's beautiful golden hair. The hair fell to the ground, and its shine faded away. Godhel then took Rapunzel into a dark, thorny forest and left her there alone. Godhel returned to the tower, hung the cut hair from the window, and waited for Flynn. That evening, Flynn came and called out. Godhel let down the hair, and Flynn climbed up, only to find Godhel waiting for him. She laughed. "Your Rapunzel is lost in the thorns now." Flynn screamed in sorrow and fell from the tower. The thorns below blinded him. Meanwhile, Rapunzel wandered through the forest, crying among the thorns. Her magical hair was gone, and she was now just an ordinary girl. Yet, her tears still carried the magic of love. She searched for Flynn for months, until one day she found him, blind and broken, sitting alone. She ran to him, hugged him, and wept, saying, "Because of me, you suffered so much." Flynn smiled weakly and said, "You're safe, and that's all that matters." As Rapunzel's tears fell on his eyes, a miracle happened. Her tears healed his blindness. Flynn could see again. They rejoiced, and soon Rapunzel's golden hair grew back, shimmering with magic once more. Godhel tried to find them, but when she saw the glow of Rapunzel's magic, her powers faded. She turned old and vanished forever. Rapunzel and Flynn returned to the kingdom, got married, and lived happily. Her magical hair brought healing to the people, and peace spread throughout the land. Rapunzel also found her real parents and brought them to live in the palace. And thus, the story of Rapunzel's magical golden hair became a legend, a tale that proved that love and courage can break every curse. If you love magical stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and join our fairy world. Subscribe now and step into a new fairy tale every day. Let your heart dream. Click subscribe and never miss another beautiful story. Join our kingdom of fairy tales. Like, share, and subscribe today. Every story hides a little magic. Subscribe to feel it again and again.